going with that route right now. So those are some of the initiatives and oversight of my operations that I get to do.
And you've had a 20-year career with the Y, and an organization, historic organization, goes back many, many years. But even during your time, what would you say are some of the changes that you've seen in the organization from when you just started?
Yeah, some of the major changes is that we've, when you follow the Y's career, so when you take a look at George Williams was the founder of the YMCA. His initiative was to train up young boys to be active in the community. So these boys, what we would consider today, they were kind of out on the streets, kind of running amok. And he said, "Hey guys, come in here. Let's give you some values. Let's put some physical education along with this." And that has transcended time. And so now what you get is we are large part in the health and fitness and well-being. And also of course, you know about us through basketball, been the founder of basketball, been the founder of volleyball. But many people don't know that we also founder of the Father's Day also. So those type of initiatives that have come through the Y. And I've just seen in my 20-year career is that the Y has been very consistent at making sure that we're reaching out. And the thing that we got to do today, it is how do we involve technology in that process now? How do we utilize social media in this process of making sure that people know about the message of the YMCA? And the YMCA is just not about gym and swim. The YMCA is truly about community and how we involve many different people in the outreach programs that we have.
Man, that's so cool. You know, I've always felt like the YMCA is one of the best at doing grassroots in a community. And so, you know, whatever community, you know, they find themselves in, they're there. People are just like, hey, yeah, we're going to the Y to play ball or to do whatever they do. So in your time, you know, what are some of your favorite stories of community involvement that you've seen?
Yeah, so favorite stories. I'll go to, for several years, we partner along with Oak Cliff Bible Fellowship, Concord, Antioch, and we did this giveaway during the Christmas time. And what was so special about it was that sometimes when you think about our mega churches, they have the ability and the influence to do their own thing individually. But yet you have these leaders that came together, and we'll add in Dart in there. All these leaders came together. It's like, hey guys, let's do one big project. And what's happened with that is that as that particular partnership phased out, because we had kind of reached our peak with that, another organization came right in, and so this same energy level of reaching out has come in and take place. And so that was probably one of the most powerful things, because it was gentlemen coming around the table who had this vision for the community to be able to reach out and coming together and say that we have to make this thing happen right here. Yeah. And that friendship still lives today, where we can call on each other. We're a resource for each other. And so as our clients come through our doors and needing particular things, we are a great referral for each other.
This is Sean Williams, Ryan Trimble. We've been speaking with Keith Vinson, Vice President of Operations for YMCA here in Dallas. We're going to take a break. We're going to come right back and finish our conversation. Hang with us. We'll be right back.
Strong communities allow its people to shape what it looks like. Communities tend to work side by side with their neighbors to make sure that everyone, no matter what their background, has the opportunity to learn, grow, and thrive. Without the proper resources, communities begin to fall behind and are not connected to others around them. At the Oak Cliff YMCA, we are the solution to that problem. We are committed to strengthening communities through healthy living, youth development, and social responsibility. A healthier and stronger community now awaits you at the Oak Cliff YMCA. Stop by 6701 Southampton Road, take a tour, and ask how you can make an impact in our community.
Welcome back, Deconstructing Dallas. Sean Williams, Brian Trimble. We are with Keith Vinson, Vice President of Operations for the YMCA. I am getting style tips. I'm like really trying to see how you put this combination together. Like it's always a bow tie. He's got the pocket square. I'm taking notes. Keith, one of the things that and YMCA is a new client for us here at Alameda, so we're starting to learn a lot about what you guys do and the more inner workings of the Y. But one thing that I've been interested to learn is how important water safety is and how much of a value that is into the Y. And so I wanted to talk about, where you see the opportunities to increase the awareness of people around water safety.
Yeah, so water safety is huge for us. And the story I tell people is it was about 4 or 5 years ago, families walking down Trinity River. There's mom, dad, and the child. And it's having a good time strolling down. All of a sudden, the child breaks away and falls into the Trinity River. Mom, being Mama Bear, right? She goes after the child. But child can't swim. Mom can't swim. And now dad has this dilemma. Like, who am I going to save? And at the end of that, the child ended up drowning. A family should not have to be put in that situation right there. The YMCA is absolutely there for families like that who we want to break up the generational cycle. And so we don't take the child to the beach, to the river, to near water because they didn't learn how to swim and then grandmother didn't learn how to swim. And so we're trying to break that cycle with our what we call SAW, Safety Around Water program, trying to teach people about water safety. And so we've been focusing on our youth with this for several years. And so we've worked with DISD to bring them into our Park South Y to teach kids year round how to swim. During the summertime, we're going out to apartment complex, teaching people how to swim. And now this summer coming up, we're going to focus in on our adults also because, again, they're not bringing the child because they don't know how. And so we want to, again, cut off this generational cycle. We're going to teach our youth and we're going to teach our adults about safety around water.
How's the response been in the communities you serve about water safety?
Man, it's been incredible. From a media standpoint, the media gets behind that to be able to open up the doors for us to be able to share our story about how we're doing that. Mm-hmm. The apartment complexes across the Metroplex have been excited about that for us to bring in this opportunity. They're paying us to be able to come into their apartment complexes. We're raising money behind this as well to be able to teach these different lessons in apartment complexes as well as using our own facility.
We talked about this a little bit in some of our meetings, and for some reason we always call it adult swim lessons. I mean, it's whenever we talk about, like for me, I always say I need some adult swim lessons. Either way, yes. I mean, I learned how to swim, but it was minimal. I mean, I think I would do enough to be safe, but at the same time, I also feel like it would be important to even go take a refresher for me so that I can, I want to swim laps, but I can't do that currently. Right. So, I think even for adults, like you said, for families, but a lot of people feel like they may be too old or out of, but I think it could be for everybody.
It is. It's absolutely for everybody because, again, when you think about swimming laps, that is the best overall exercise that you can do. I mean, you get your cardio in there, you get your strength in there, but then it just affords you more opportunity to be free. When you go on a vacation, who doesn't want to go to the island, right, for vacation? Mm-hmm. But then when the best that you can do is just put your toes in the water, right? Like, you want to put your whole body in there, bring the child out there that plays and catch the waves. But, as we teach, before we even get to the swim lessons, what we do is teach about just safety around water. Mm-hmm. So let's deal with you at the beach and you got your toes in there. What if you slip and fall? How do you handle yourself in there? What if you are in the bathtub with, the toddler or the young child is in the bathtub? What do they need to do to be safe around the water? But we get to that part right there first, and then we get to the swim lesson, because we want to make sure that people have a great experience when they're around water at any given time.
You painted such a good picture, Ryan. You talked about the beach and the islands. Ryan is talking about Hawaii.
I'm already there.
He's speaking his language.
Honey, I need swim lessons so we can go to Hawaii.
Yeah. You guys finish this episode, I'll be at the beach. That's funny. Yeah, no, I remember I was very strong at the doggy paddle when I was about 6 years old. I was on swim team. Lucky enough, I got was able to go to the local pool. Grew up in Albuquerque, and got swim lessons and did some swim team stuff when I was younger. But now that I'm a parent, and we have a 3-year-old, and I feel like more and more we're going to more birthday parties, and there's going to be more pools, and our neighbors are they're excited they're putting in a pool. So I feel like this pool thing is something you don't think about if you didn't grow up around it. And so, man, that's really exciting.
Yeah, so we're making it a huge part of our strategic plan for the Dallas YMCA, is that we want to make sure that people know about how to be safe around the water. Because when you do go over, and we're in Dallas, there's a lot of people who have backyard pools. And, man, you want to feel that when you send your child over to somebody else's house, if you don't have one, that, they know what to expect when they come around the pool.
Yeah, because at a party, not everybody's paying attention to each kid. I mean, it's chaos. And so if one kid slips and is under the water, or another group's horsing around in the water over here, it's like it could be tragic.
I mean, a couple of years ago, mom is she lives in an apartment. She brings her child, I believe it was about 3 or 4 kids that she had. 3 of her children passed away. I mean, who wants that on them?
Yeah.
And so we have to get this message out, and that's part of the message that you guys are going to help us to do, is to get that word out about our SAW program, the safety around water, so that people can know what to expect when they get around water.
Yeah.
So this is Keith Vinson, Vice President of Operations for the YMCA here in Dallas. And Keith, this is kind of our last episode of the year, and we're doing a little forecasting and looking forward into 2020. So, tell us some of the things you're excited about with the Y looking ahead to 2020.
Yeah, one of the big pieces I'm excited about is that we're going to take a stab at how to get around this mental health. That's a huge issue that is hanging out there, and absolutely that's a space where the YMCA can support. So when people come into the YMCA is a place where people can just relax. You don't know who's on that treadmill next to you. You don't know who's in that lap lane next to you, because when you come in, you got on shorts, T-shirt, I got on shorts and T-shirt. You don't know, but we're just communicating, because when you come to the Y, the Y is a place, is a safe haven. That is where people come to relax. That is where people come to have their downtime at, so that they can be mentally fresh, when they leave the Y.
Yeah, that's very cool. Keith, if our listeners wanted to find you and the Y, where should we send them online and on social media?
So for me, I'm big on LinkedIn, so look me up, Keith Vinson on LinkedIn. Also find me on Twitter at KO Vinson, and of course check out our website at ymcadallas.org.
Well, Keith, I've been threatening to take these swim lessons for a while, so I'm big on goals and resolutions. So I might put that on my list for 2020.
Okay, so I'll be checking the registrations.
Okay. Yeah, you can do that. We'll check that out. I mean, hey, I'm putting it out in the ethos, so maybe it'll take. But if I write it down in my book now,
okay. And so, can I put it on Twitter also that you're going to be out there?
I'll send you a DM.
At Sean T. Williams.
I'll send you a DM first, and then you can retweet it after that. Well, this has been Deconstructing Dallas with Keith Vinson. Keith, thanks for coming in with us.
Thank you.
And we're going to be right back after this. Deconstructing Dallas, Sean Williams, Ryan Trimble. We'll be right back.